Foster has the story.
Dana Bailey and Gail Benoit didn't speak on their way into the Digby courthouse this morning.
How's everybody? Your bad news, right? Your bad news.
But inside, the couple expressed frustration over the media attention and didn't want to answer questions about their appeal. Bailey and Benoit were sentenced last month after being convicted of animal cruelty. Bailey ended up being thrown out of court after an angry outburst. The two were fined about $5,500 for the animal cruelty charges, and Benoit was sent to jail for 21 days for assaulting an SPCA officer. They now want the conviction and sentence overturned.
There's just a lot of errors in law, and they put me in jail when they shouldn't have. Put me in jail in maximum security, me. For why? Why put me in jail, you know?
In their appeal, Bailey and Benoit, who run a business called Puppies R Us, point to findings they say are unsupported by the evidence. Bailey and Benoit have always maintained the SPCA has been out to get them because of their lawsuit against the organization. They say they could flood this entire town with happy customers. The charges stem from a seizure of puppies from the couple's home in Roxville, Digby County back in 2007.
Clearly was not the evidence the first time around to satisfy the court, so we'll see where this takes us. But we'll be up to the task anyway.
And Gail Benoit says she and her partner will too.
We're confident. We wouldn't be confident. We wouldn't spend all this money if we weren't. See you next time.
An appeal hearing has been set for October. Jacqueline Foster, CTV News, Digby, Nova Scotia.
Cases of animal abuse often produce loud public outcries and calls for tough sentences. Now, a maritime politician is calling for much tougher fines for those who abuse animals, up to $100,000 and or jail time. CTV's Ron Shaw has more.
That's a boy. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huey is one of 4 greyhounds who live with dead Levasseur. They're pampered and safe and happy. But Levasseur is only too aware that many animals are abused. That's why she was happy to hear that someone is proposing tougher penalties for animal abusers.
Definitely we need more. We need stiffer fines, more penalties, etc., etc. We need to stand up for the dogs. They can't speak for themselves. People like us need to do it.
Levasseur has spent the last 6 years developing the Maritime Greyhound Adoption Program. She helps find homes for these dogs that used to be running at racetracks in the southern United States. Their racing days are usually over by the time they're 3 years old, and they live 12 to 16 years. She says more needs to be done to protect all animals.
I believe New Brunswick has the least fines and penalties for animal abuse in Canada.
The amendments to provincial law proposed by MLA Jody Carr would see the maximum fine boosted from a few $100s to as much as $100,000, with the possibility of an 18-month jail term. Some of the animals that are abused in southeastern New Brunswick will wind up here. The Moncton SPCA is the biggest animal shelter in Canada east of Montreal. Director of Operations Nanette Pearl says she's seen it all.
We do see everything. We see everything from uneducated neglect, which is still a form of abuse, but we're able to work with the clients, to downright malicious intentions.
Most of these dogs would make fine pets, but some animals come in too traumatized or injured to save. Both Pearl and Levasseur say existing penalties aren't enough to be a deterrent to abuse. They say people have to act to protect animals because they can't protect themselves. Ron Shaw, CTV News, Moncton.
Still ahead in our program tonight, the leader of the Nova Scotia Conservative